So, real story for a minute. I came across a story the other day about women at Quinnipiac University fighting to keep their D1 rugby status. And, quite honestly, whether you're a rugby fan or not, the story should matter because this isn't just about a team. I mean, it's really about the future of rugby in America. For those who don't follow the sport, here's really some perspective for you to just kind of understand. There's only about 27 NCAA women's rugby programs in the entire United States, and only about 38 for men. That's it. So think about that for a second. In a country with 330 million people, only a handful of schools offer women the opportunity to compete at the highest collegiate level in rugby. Okay, so compare that to football, basketball, soccer, or almost any other sport, and the opportunities really just simply aren't there. And in a sport that's expanding, it's needed. And that's exactly why losing one D1 program kind of matters. So programs like Quinnipiac don't just produce wins, they produce, leaders, coaches, and even Olympians. In fact, Quinnipiac helped develop the Olympic bronze medalist Ilona Mayer, one of the most recognizable faces in American rugby today. So when you downgrade a program from D1 to club status, you're not changing a label. You're really changing access to resources and recruiting. You're changing the athletic training program, the exposure, the scholarship opportunities, and the pathway for young people who dream of representing their country one day. Look, club rugby is incredible. I want to be clear about that. Club rugby has built this sport in America, and it still serves thousands of athletes and allows them to play well beyond the collegiate level. But D1 varsity rugby proves a level of support, competition, and visibility that's simply can't be replicated anywhere else. And it matters even more than you know. The United States is actually hosting the Rugby World Cups for men in 2031 and women in 2033, which really means those badass teams from New Zealand are coming here to play. Look, the entire rugby community has been talking about growing the game. Fan interest is growing, youth participation is growing, and even here in Fairfax County, Virginia, this sport has some real traction. So you don't grow by shrinking opportunities. You grow by investing in your athletes and creating pathways. You grow the game by making sure young players can look up, see a future in a sport such as rugby. And as a parent, I've watched firsthand what the game does for young people. It teaches the accountability, the toughness, respect, and resilience needed in life. And maybe most importantly, it teaches that every person matters, on the field and off. There's a place for every body type, every role. Look, every athlete has a place in the sport of rugby. You don't have to be the fastest or the biggest. You just have to be willing to put in the work for the person standing next to you. And really, that's a lesson that our entire country could probably use a little more of. So, regardless of how this court case ends up, I hope universities across America recognize something. Rugby isn't just an emerging sport anymore. It's here, and it's growing. And these athletes deserve the opportunity to compete at the highest level possible because every D1 program matters. Look, every opportunity matters. And really for every young athlete, they deserve the chance to chase something that's beyond ordinary, extraordinary. Keep fighting, ladies. We really appreciate it. We're going to keep watching. The entire rugby community is watching. Cheers to you. And I hope this ends up in your favor.